0. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this example, right? But basically, what I'm trying to do here is this. If you're at the class website under Subnetting Explained, so I'm going to talk about this example in a minute. But let's just first click method A. This is like picture that I took. Okay. And I'm about to make this IP table. Okay, I'm about to. So I'll show you how you can make this table. By the way, this is like under the hood. I mean, if just for the test, you may need to draw this table, you may not need to draw this table. But I think this is like under the hood, what's going on, right? So, and this is something you should know. If he wants to pass, for example, if you want to ace interview question, right? Let's say you go to the job interview, and actually, by the way, my TA right now, I think he's in my classroom, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Byungjin, you are here, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's my TA. And I think 6 months ago, he had a job interview. And then he told me that actually a couple of his interview questions is from subnetting. Am I right?
Yes, it's all question answer subnetting.
Okay, good.
Every time, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, he finally got a job. So I'm going to show you how you can build this subnetting table, right? Okay, so let's just okay. So the given is a subnet mask is 255.255. Yes, what is it? Okay, anyway, you can speak up, please. If you want to say something, then please speak up. Okay, so the subnet mask is this, and then your network address is given, right? So how many subnets does the chosen subnet mask produce? The first one. So now I want to first write down the network address, or the IP address is given. But you know that this is a class C, right? So for the default subnet mask is 255.255.0. So you can draw the line here, the first line, right? And then the subnet mask given is 192. So that's like 11000, right? So you can draw the line, second line. Okay, so let me and then okay, and then basically you can draw this table. I'll show you how, okay, in a minute. So now let's talk about it. So I need the next page. Okay, so the first, what is given is by the way, this is what? This is a class C subnetting, right? Class C subnetting. And then what is given is 192. This is IP address is given, right? 168.10. So this is a class C. So you can just write the decimal number up to the third octet. And then fourth octet is the thing. So you'll just put everything is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So this is what is given is just IP address. So typical is a network IP address, but I can give you any IP address. Okay, and then subnet mask given, and of course in the problem I said, by the way, this is what? This is a subnetting problem. I always indicate this. Okay, and then subnet mask given is what? I said 255.255. So it's a 111111, right? And then 255 dot, I said 192, right? So when I convert 192, I told you that you should memorize this, right? 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Of course, you can convert this into binary number, but it takes time. And also you can make a mistake, right? So it's better for you to memorize. So it's 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And I said that you first draw the line, right? Because this is a class C, and the default subnet mask is /24. So I'm going to draw the first line on this boundary, so which is here. You know what I have is this kind of I wish I have a ruler. I don't know if I can use a ruler here, but anyway. Let's see, I'll do my best. Yeah, good. Is that good? And then I want you to do another line on when the 1 ends. So since this is 192, I have a 1, 1, right? So I have a 1, 1. So I can, after 1 ends, I can draw another line. Right? Okay. So I show you in my first lecture, the slide, I said that IP address, right? When the problem is related to subnetting, this IP address gets even more hierarchical because the very last portion is network portions. And the middle portion is what? Subnet portion, right? And then this portion is called host portion, right? So you can see that, so this is network portions, and then you know that this is subnet portions, and this is host portion, right? So as you can see, this is my network portion, and this is my subnet portion, and this is what is my host portion. So any question? Okay, so having said that, you can draw the IP table, right? So first of all, I'm going to tell you that how many bits are used in the subnet portion. How many bits? We use 2 bits, right? So this number, right, is going to determine how many subnet we're going to have. So we know that this is how many bits. We use 2 bits are used. And then I'm going to call this number is X. And the number of bits used in the host portion, I will call it Y. So for the class C subnetting, right? For the class C subnetting is always, by the way, for the class C subnetting, right? It's always what? X plus Y is always what? 8. So since the X is 2, we know that Y is what? 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So that's really for the class C subnetting. And another thing, another formula that you should memorize, you should know, is that when the 2 bits are used for the subnet portions, how many subnets we can have? So basically 2 to the X, which is 2 to the 2, and which is 4. That means 4 subnets, means 4 apple baskets. Why? Because with the 2 bits, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So we can have 4 possible cases, and that's why we have what? 4 subnets, 4 baskets. Okay, here's another, I need a volunteer. If X is, let's say, 3, and then obviously Y is 5, right? For the class C subnetting. For X is 3, how many subnets? Any volunteer? Come on. How many subnets?
8.
8. Because 2 to the x. So basically 2 to the 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So 8 subnets, right? And then, so why? Because with the 3 bits, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and then 1, 1, 1. How many of them? 8 of them. So that's why we can have 8 subnets. So now, just go back to our question. Let's look. How many subnets does the chosen subnet mask produce? What is the answer? Anyone? How many subnets?
8.
No, actually in this case. In this example. How many?
4.
4. Good. So there are 4 subnets. So that's the 4 subnets. You just answer the first question. Okay? And then now let's take a look at the next question. How many valid hosts per subnets are available? Meaning, so we know that we have 4 subnets, right? So that means we have 4 apple baskets. So how many apples, right? How many apples per each basket? How many apples?
6.
No. So for example, okay, hold on. Before you answer, how many bits are used in host portion? How many bits? How many bits?
6.
6 bits. Thank you. So with the 6 bits, how many possibilities? 2 to the y, meaning 2 to the what? 6. So when you calculate 2 to the 6, what is it? 2 times 2 times 2, right? So what? 4, 8, 16, 32, and what? 60? 60 what?
64.
64, right? So 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. So the answer is 64. Is that correct? Yes? So that means each basket can hold 64 apples. Is this correct?
No.
So what is the answer? Who said no?
I did.
Okay, what is your name?
Ryan?
Ryan. So what is the answer? You said no, right?
Yeah, is it 64 minus 2?
Thank you so much, Ryan. Because each basket can, theoretically, it can hold 64 apples. But why minus 2, Ryan?
Because the network address in the broadcast center?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So each basket can hold 62 apples. So you answered the second question. How many valid apples per each basket? 62 apples. 62 usable host IP addresses. Okay? So there's a formula. You know that in the class C, x plus y is 8, always, right? So when I ask how many subnets does chosen subnet mask, you 2 to the power of x. And how many valid hosts per subnet are used? 2 to the y, this time minus 2. So 62 hosts. Okay? So it's easy, right? Okay. So now let's take a look at the third one. Okay, so now I'm going to build this one. Okay, so build how? I'll show you how. So we know that it's okay. So first, I want to build this subnet portion. Oops, undo. Okay. So I want you to please first focus on the subnet portion. Okay. So we know that there are how many subnets? We know that there are 4 subnets, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this whole network into 4 different pieces. You know, I'm not really good at drawing, but I'll do my best. So first subnet, the second subnet, right? And then third subnet, okay? It's so ugly. You know what? Let me. So, okay, you know what? Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll do my best. Yeah, this is better. Good. I think it's better, right? A little bit better. I don't know why. Just tilted a little bit toward the left, but anyway. Okay. So this is what? This is the first subnet, and the next one is second subnet, right? And then the third one is third subnet. The last one is fourth subnet. Right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start with a 0, 0, 0, right? So it's going to be by the way, how many apples per each bucket? 62, right? So basically there are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then all the way to what? Actually, starting from 1 all the way to 64, right? 64 apples. But the first one is a network address. And then last one is broadcast address. The same thing for the second, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 64. But the first of them is network address, and last time is broadcast address, right? Same thing, right? Okay, so to do that, right? Let me just. Okay. So the first subnet, the value that I'm going to use is what? For the first subnet is the 0, 0, right? So I know that this is going to be 0, 0, and 0, 0, and 0, 0, right? And then all the way to 0, 0. I cannot really fill out 64 of them. It's just the space is not enough. Right? And then, so the next subnet is what? 0, 1, right? So it's a 0, 1, and 0, 1, and then all the way to 0, 1. How many of them? 64, right? 64 of them, but I need to, this one is for the network address, and this is for the broadcast address. Right? But it's 64 apples. First apple is used for the network address. Last apple is used for the broadcast address. Same thing. The first apple in the basket will be used for network address. And then the last apple in the basket is going to be used for broadcast address. And then same thing for the 1, 0, right? 1, 0. 1, 0, and all the way to 1, 0. Right? And the last one is 1, 1, right? So it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, and everything's the same all the way to 1, 1. Okay? So you can think this is like a hierarchical. Why? Because, for example, you can think network address is Jack Brown building, and the first floor, room number 124. Something like that, right? So with the subnetting, you can really express the floor, if I use analogy. But anyway, okay. So the first, okay, this is the same. This is 192.168.10. So this is like the network portion is the same. 192.168.10, right? So for example, this is a Jack Brown building, and the first floor, Jack Brown building, second floor, Jack Brown building is a network portion, and of course this is the same. So I'm gonna just omit this. Everything is the same. Jack Brown building, and then fourth floor, right? Something like that. If I use another analogy. So the Jack Brown building is the same, right? The network portion is Jack Brown building, so it's all same. And then the very first one is what? The very first one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So that's the very first one. And then I need a volunteer. Anyone? What is the next one? 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0 and 1. Anyone?
1.
1. Thank you so much. And then what is the next one? 0, 0, 0, 0. Anyone?
1, 0.
1, 0. Thank you. And etc., right? Let's keep going, right? And by the way, what is the last one? Anyone?
0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1.
No, I mean the last one, this one, the last one.
Yeah, 0, 0, and then 1s.
No. Oh, 0, 0, and then all ones, right? Okay, so 0, 0, and then all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So any question? Okay, now, and then I'm going to fill out this portion, the second subnet. Same thing. It all starts with a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And then what is the next one? Any volunteer? Any volunteer? Come on. Anyone?
1, 0.
No. 0, 1, right? The next one is 0, 0, 0, 0. And then this one what?
1, 0.
1, 0. Thank you. The next one is 0, 0, 0, 0. And then what? Next one? What is the next one?
1, 1.
1, 1. Thank you. And then just keep going. What is the last one? Any volunteer, please? Anyone? Come on, the last one. What is it?
0, then all ones.
So 0, 1, and all ones. Thank you. 1, 2. What is your name, by the way?
Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. Is there any question? Okay, so I'm going to do the third one. And this is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And what is the next one? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And what is the next one? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. I'm just repeating this. Right? And then next one is the last one. I'm going to skip this. Last one is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So now, so the next one I'm gonna finish. So 1, oops. Okay, so it's gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Next one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. The same thing. And the last one, the very last one, right? The very last one is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So any question? So, by the way, when I like in the dream, like, you know, for my exam and everything, I'm pretty much, you cannot just, so if I ask you, what is the network address of the first subnet? And what is it? It's the very first one, right? So this is what? This is a network address. And then the very last one, which is 192.168.10.00111111. So that's the broadcast address, right? And then the first one is network address. And then the very last one, 192.168.10. That's what? Broadcast address. And the very first one is what? Network address. And then the very last one is the broadcast address for the third subnet. And this one is a network address for the fourth subnet. And then the very last one is 192.168.10.0, 10 dot whatever, right? It's 1. It's going to be the broadcast address. Broadcast address of the fourth basket. Right? So now what you have to do is what? When I ask you, hey, what is the network address of the first subnet? Your answer is 192.168.10.0000000. And which is what? Any volunteer? Anyone?
192.168.10.0.
Thank you. 192.168.10.0, because this 0000000 is a 0, right? Thank you very much. Then I'm going to ask you, what is the first usable host IP address? So what is the first, what is the IP address for the first apple in the first basket? So the first usable host IP address, what is it?
192.168.10.1.
Thank you. What is your name, by the way?
Asrar.
Asra. Thank you so much. 192.168.10. What? 1. Because 00000001 is 1. Okay, now I need a volunteer. What is the second usable host IP address for the first subnet? Any volunteer? What is it?
192.168.10.2.
Thank you so much. What is your name, by the way?
Pierre.
Pierre, thank you. Okay, now, what is the broadcast address for the first subnet? What is it? This is hard. So to calculate this, you have to convert the 00111111 to a decimal number. Okay? So this is when you really need to use your your pencil and paper and do some work. Okay? There's no shortcut. Okay? There's no shortcut. So during the test, during the Cisco CCNA test, you have to convert this into what? The decimal number. So if you convert 00111111, right, in decimal number, you will get 63. Okay, so the IP address for the broadcast address is what? What is it? Okay, you know what? I'm running out of space, so the broadcast address, it's, hold on. I can delete this, right? So I'll just delete this, and then the broadcast address for the first subnet is 192.168.10.63, because you convert this number, this 8-bit binary number, to decimal, you'll get 63, right? And to compute this, I mean, unfortunately, there's no shortcut. You have to really, use your pen and a scratch paper. And by the way, during the test, if you go to test center, they will provide you a pencil and paper, scratch paper. Okay, so any question? Okay, so let's take a 1 minute break. Okay, maybe like 5 minute break, and then I'm gonna fill out the rest. Okay.